Hello friends, and welcome to the show. We are just getting ready to roll here. We're gonna go do some smallmouth bass fishing. You guys are gonna be along for the ride. We're gonna take off. We've got about an hour drive. So it's supposed to get a little nasty today, might get a little wet, might have to cut some footage out, but we're gonna get after it. Here we go. Okay, so I'm headed over to the home pond today. We're fishing Mille Lacs. We might get rained out. It's very possible that the rain could take us out of the game today. Thunderstorms, flat calm conditions. We got cloudy conditions. So cloudy, flat calm. The humidity's about 4,000% right now. I can literally sweat just standing outside, which is fun. It's a great time. So I'm gonna try and make the best of it today. You know, it's flat calm conditions, like I said. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna be fishing pretty shallow today, but I'm not positive yet. I might check some deep stuff that I got, but for the most part, I don't know if I'm gonna get out at 12 feet today. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping to catch a couple bass and make it a fun trip, but overall, we have half the day for fishing, half the day for scouting. Next time I check back in, it'll be from the water. One more. Big fish.
You know, today was a really fun day. I went around and pretty much, you know, fished a little bit, but scanned a lot more. And a lot of the areas that I was fishing, oh, they had fish in them. They just were really picky and it was tough to get them to bite. I ran into a little pattern in the morning and kind of carried it all the way through in between scannings. Mille Lacs Lake, end of August. What were we doing out here? August is probably my biggest struggle for being out on the pond. I really think that it's like the best learning period for me to be out here because the fish do not want to cooperate. They're really spread out. So you got fish that are in between, you know, some are still up shallow near spawning grounds, some are kicked out deep, you know, and I don't think that the population of fish that typically move out for fall has done their thing yet. So, you know, I'm catching fish in anywhere from 8 to 25 feet of water. Today I caught quite a few out deep and I caught a couple shallow too as well. Realistically, got to have them goggles on and you got to get on the big motor and move around a little bit. So I moved a ton of water today. When I did fish, I did tend to move spots pretty quickly and turn them over. So we're talking 5 to 10 casts per area and then I just roll out. If even less than 10 most of the time. So 5 to 6 casts, I'm rolling out and going to the next area. End of August, we're going into September. I will do a September edition right in the middle, right after our City Auto Glass tournament. So let's just get into it right away. And I'm gonna start with the deal breaker today. You know, today kind of fished like vintage Mille Lacs. They were eating this thing like they used to eat it back in the day. This is a Minnesota rig. I just got a big old Strike King Rage Tail 4-inch on the back of it. Blades definitely could use a little bit of polishing. They're a little dark. Hog Farmer makes awesome rigs, man. I can tell you guys what, I had a couple of the competition's cheaper A-rigs and they just fell apart on me slowly but surely. I've had this thing for about 5 years now and this thing just keeps on kicking. Pretty good bait, but it does take a little bit of practice and I strongly suggest that if you're gonna throw it, you need forward-facing sonar because you need to watch how these fish react to the bait. The bait does fall a heck of a lot slower than what I'm used to for traditional baits, so it's really helpful to be able to see it on forward-facing sonar. One way that I like fishing it is I do like putting like a 3/8 to a ½ ounce head on it, just to make sure that it gets down there rather quickly. Now, all these blades on it, it kind of keeps that bait from wanting to fall fast. And so that's where, you know, people think that that ½ ounce is going to be too big. And I honestly don't think that it is because it still wants to fall rather slow. I'm throwing this on a heavy action 7-foot rod and it's a casting rod. We're using all 20-pound fluorocarbon just to give it a little bit of give. A while back I had a different tactic going on with this and I think that I found the deal for me. So before I was throwing it with like 50-pound braid, 20-pound monofilament on a heavy action like broomstick style rod. And it worked okay, but I'm really finding that this definitely works a lot better. I can definitely get it out there a little bit further. Now we are dealing with tons of gigantic perch hatches out here. So I'm seeing bait everywhere, up shallow, out deep, giant bait balls. And I think that that's why that A-rig really played today. And same thing with the drop shot. So I didn't catch any on the drop shot today. In my mind, it definitely should have worked, but I think that what was going on today and what I noticed is over some of the isolated cover that I'm fishing, some of the isolated boulders, one thing that I noticed is every now and then when I get around one, a bait ball would come swimming by it. And every now and then you'd see fish start to peek up off that boulder and try to chase them out a little bit. You know, I think that that was a big thing in utilizing that A-rig today. So that's just a little scenario and a little juice for you guys on, you know, the when should I throw the A-rig type of deal. One thing to note about the A-rig for me personally, that is like the last bait that I like to throw at them because typically they don't eat it as well as they do today. Like I said, today it damn near fished like vintage Mille Lacs. I remember when they never even knew what that thing was and it was like you'd catch every fish that you freaking threw at with this thing. And now they've kind of keyed in on it a little bit. And over the years, I've gotten less and less and less fish on it. You know, every now and then I'll pop a key fish on it just because I pulled it out and tried it. But for the most part, the A-rig bite kind of went downhill for me over the past few years. Today looked completely like vintage Mille Lacs. It was a lot of fun. So as far as September goes, guys, watch for, I don't know why I'm holding this and why I'm waving it like that. As far as September goes, guys, watch for the No More Secrets video mid-September. Look for our City Hourglass tournament because we're gonna film the whole thing. I'm hoping it doesn't get so crazy to where I can't. I'm really praying that I can get this on film for you guys to watch. But yeah, man, watch for that. We're gonna have the No More Secret stuff. And then as far as guide trips go for the month of September and October, I'm still open, I'm taking trips, but we are limited on spaces. So I'm not gonna be guiding a bunch this September. I'm gonna try and fish and do a lot more filming this year and hopefully get some awesome killer content for you guys. But one last thing, guys, thank you so much for carrying me through the summertime. I appreciate everybody that watches my videos and all the views that I get. It means a lot to me that you guys take time out of your day. We're gonna get the hell out of here. As you guys can see, check this out. We got a little front moving in and she's about to get nasty. Guys, until next time, I'm guessing you guys know where you'll find me, and that's gonna be off the water. See you guys.
Yeah. Conscious. Matic. Alright, so far where I come from. I sit and wonder about the times that it made sense, but nowadays I don't worry about what's past tense. My younger days I used to hang around with mad friends. If we just fell out, I don't really know what happened. A lot of people come around and keep you stagnant, distraction. So yeah, don't show them no compassion. We was really out here grinding, really rapping, stacking them Franklins, them Grants and them Jacksons. Imagine if we would've never chased our passion, we probably would've never knew what happened. They was all just talk, we showed action. Once they leave, don't you let them back in. Just pack up all they stuff and send them packing. I'm blacking on anybody thinking they could act up with me. This vibe ain't for free, cause where I'm at in life, I'm only focused on me. Note the self, know yourself, focus on your health. They don't wanna help, then fuck it, do it by yourself. Don't give them no excuse to put you on the shelf. If it's me, myself, and I, then it's no one else. Yeah. Self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Yeah, self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Love yourself.
Yeah, practice what you preaching, but clearly they not practicing entitlement and pride. Yeah, those two things they factor in. Spiral out of control just from all the bantering. When they accustomed to talking behind your back with all that chattering. I remove myself before I abuse myself. Talk about self-love, but you gotta do it yourself. Yeah, I won't act too good for no help. We all healing now. Said some things about me that ain't true.